Let me pose a direct question. What if I told you there's a vastly overlooked area of the male body, a small, discrete point that nearly every man ignores, yet massaging it for just 1 minute a day can dramatically improve blood circulation, ease chronic pelvic tension, and reignite energy and confidence that many assume fade with age? And before you shake your head or dismiss it as a strange internet hack, I want you to listen carefully. This isn't marketing hype, and it's certainly not some late-night infomercial gimmick. This technique draws from traditions that date back thousands of years, but today it's backed by a growing body of anatomical and neurological science. What was once wisdom only passed down through traditional medicine is now being validated in clinical discussions on men's pelvic health, neuroplasticity, and localized circulation. In today's talk, I'm going to show you exactly where this point is, how to stimulate it correctly, what topical remedies can amplify its effects, common mistakes we want to avoid, and perhaps most importantly, how to incorporate it seamlessly into your daily health routine. Because believe it or not, this 1-minute habit can influence far more than just your bedroom. It can restore pelvic health, support bladder control, and positively boost your energy and self-esteem. Now, if we're being honest, and I think we should be, most men over 50 start to notice signs of decline. Perhaps weaker erections, more frequent nighttime trips to the bathroom, or a loss of spontaneous desire or responsiveness. And for many, that can feel like an unavoidable part of growing older. But here's the truth. Aging is not the problem. Stagnation is. The muscles at the base of your body, particularly the pelvic floor musculature, are responsible not only for posture and urinary control, but also for structural support and sexual performance. These muscles are often subjected to chronic stress and inactivity. Over time, they enter a dysfunctional cycle. Tight yet weak, tense yet underactive. Think of it this way. Imagine a rubber band that's been overstretched and left in that state for years. It looks tense, but it's lost its elasticity. That's what happens to many men's pelvic structures. As a result, the blood vessels in this region can become less compliant, nerves may experience compression, and circulation slows. The intricate neural communication that powers sensation, erectile strength, and confidence becomes dulled, foggy, if you will. Now here's where it gets exciting. You can reverse this decline. These systems aren't damaged beyond repair. They're simply understimulated. And with just 60 seconds of targeted stimulation each day, you can send a neurological signal to the body that says, "Wake up, it's time to function again." For those who may not know me yet, I'm Dr. Samra Tarajlic, and I specialize in men's health, longevity, and evidence-based approaches to restoring natural function. Over the past 6 years in practice, I've worked with thousands of men, many in their 50s, 60s, and 70s, who felt disconnected from their sense of vitality. But by introducing simple, sustainable interventions like this one, they didn't just regain performance, they rediscovered a sense of wholeness and strength they thought was long gone. So let me walk you through this process, step by step. We begin by identifying a powerful point on your body, known in ancient Chinese medicine as the $1,000,000 point. Anatomically, it's referred to as the perineal body, located midway between the scrotum and the anus. Yes, it may feel awkward to talk about, but it's important. This location is essentially the intersection of multiple vital systems. Localized here are arteries supplying blood to the penis, nerves that control erection and pleasure, connective tissue linked to the prostate, and structural anchors for the pelvic floor. Biologically, it's like a body's neuromuscular nexus. Over time, this area can experience what's called myofascial restriction and venous congestion, where blood pools and tissue tension interferes with healthy function. Massaging this point sends signals through the pudendal nerve, stimulates underlying vascular channels, and relaxes chronically tight pelvic floor muscles. It facilitates drainage of deoxygenated blood and allows for healthy perfusion. In practical terms, this can support erectile function, bladder control, and even reduce pelvic discomfort. To activate this point, find a private area where you're comfortable, either lying on your back with knees bent or seated upright. Using clean fingers, preferably two, apply gentle pressure to the midpoint between the anus and scrotum. You'll feel a soft indentation about the size of a grape. That's the location. Now, technique matters. This is not about deep tissue pressure. Think of it like pressing into a ripe peach, firm enough to engage the tissue, not enough to bruise. Here are the 3 massage methods most supported by patient feedback and muscular response. Start with circular motions, clockwise for 30 seconds, then reverse. Then apply a press and release hold, 5 seconds of gentle pressure, followed by 5 seconds of rest. Lastly, use light rhythmic tapping, just enough to stimulate nerve receptors and wake up dormant tissue. So why does this work? At the cellular level, we're stimulating mechanoreceptors entrained in that region, which feed information through peripheral nerves to the central brain centers responsible for arousal, bladder control, and pelvic function. This stimulation improves neurovascular tone, a key aspect of sexual health that's rarely addressed. One frequently asked question I get in clinic is, should we use oils? The answer is yes, because use of the correct oil can enhance the benefits significantly. Let's look at the top 3. Castor oil is rich in ricinoleic acid, which penetrates deeply, reduces localized inflammation, and enhances lymphatic drainage. Coconut oil is gentle, antimicrobial, and supports skin integrity. It also assists in hormonal synthesis as it's absorbed. Black seed oil has been studied for its role in supporting testosterone levels and improving circulation due to its active component thymoquinone. For enhanced benefits, combine castor and coconut oil in a 1-to-1 ratio, then add 1 to 2 drops of peppermint essential oil, which functions as a natural vasodilator and nerve stimulant. Always warm the oil between your palms before application. Cold oil in a sensitive region is uncomfortable, and warming helps activate the aromatic compounds of essential oils. Now let's talk about timing and consistency. Scientifically, studies have shown that testosterone levels peak in the morning, making it a great time to activate pelvic function. On the other hand, performing the massage at night can help reduce stress-based pelvic tension and support better nocturnal erections and bladder control. Start small, every other day at first. Then aim for a daily practice of 1 to 2 minutes. Just like brushing your teeth, it may not seem revolutionary, but do it consistently, and you'll start to notice subtle shifts in sensation, urgency, control, and even spontaneous desire within a few weeks. And now, the common mistakes to watch for. Too much pressure can damage delicate tissue or create soreness. This is about precise stimulation, not effort. Giving up too early is another issue. Remember, neural mapping and muscular adaptation take time. Think in weeks, not days. Please stay away from petroleum-based products. They clog pores and interfere with tissue respiration. Stick to organic, plant-based oils. And finally, find a comfortable position. If your hand cramps or you're straining, you're less likely to do it regularly. It must feel natural to become habitual. Let's recap your roadmap. Find the point, warm your oil, apply gentle pressure using a technique that feels good for your body. Set aside 1 minute, choose consistency, observe the changes in 2 weeks, document the progress in 1 month. This practice is more than physical, it's psychological. As men, we've been conditioned to ignore our discomfort, to accept decline as fate. But the truth is, many of these changes aren't signs of aging, they're signs of disuse. And the beauty of this practice is that it returns agency to your own hands. Men often report feeling more centered, calm, and confident. And there's a reason. This gentle care communicates to your mind and body that vitality still matters, that you still matter. So here's my challenge to you. Carve out 1 minute, tonight or tomorrow morning. Take that private step toward your own healing. Pay attention to how your body responds over time. Commit to the practice, not perfection, because decline isn't destiny. And yes, your best years can still lie ahead. If you found hope in this message, feel free to share it. And I'd love to hear your experience as you begin, what you feel, observe, and discover. This is your Dr. Samra. Stay strong, stay proactive, and never stop believing in your capacity to grow, heal, and thrive at any stage of life. Take care.